Everybody wants to progress faster, but are you doing the things that will actually help you to progress faster? In this video, I will share with you 5 things that have helped me over my 10 years of calisthenics training and teaching other people calisthenics to improve my pull-ups and my calisthenics skills. Let's begin. The first thing is the S word. Stress. So, managing my stress levels is always something I am conscious and bringing attention throughout the day, because I have experienced it well throughout my training that when I am in a more stressed state, like throughout the day, throughout the weeks or whatever, I actually find it a whole lot more harder to progress in my training session. And it can actually lead to me getting unnecessary injuries, right? In the neck, shoulder, spine, whatever. Because when you're in that stress state, you're concentrating on whatever that stressor is, and you can actually not focus on your training, and you cannot focus on the things you are doing throughout the day. So I always try to bring my attention to my breathing throughout the day to help me to calm the nervous system. The second thing is going to be improving your sleeping habits. And this ties in also to your stress management and also your breathing throughout the day, because when you're more relaxed throughout the day, then when it is time to go to sleep, then it can help you to have a much better restful deep sleep. This is one thing that can be a challenge, because let's say, for example, with your training, I can be in conscious control. With my nutrition, I can be in conscious control. But with your sleep, is one thing that it kind of happens to you, right? At least in my experience, So if that night, for whatever, you can't sleep, then it puts you just like in a whole different state, right? You could get frustrated. Okay, well, I'm not sleeping, which is now compounding to the issue. Finding your ways to make sure that you are calming down and you are preparing yourself to sleep, and then when you are sleeping, you are getting a restful sleep for you to wake up more refreshed in the morning. All right, guys, if you're finding some of this information valuable and you want to get some help on your calisthenics journey, hit that subscribe button, and then I will be able to send you a lot more videos giving you tips and tricks that you can implement to help on your pull-up and your calisthenics journey. The third thing, of course, we have to mention nutrition, and nutrition is also one of those things that are going to aid in your recovery, and improving your nutrition is really going to help massively in your strength training, in your calisthenics training. So training is really like, let's say, 20% of what you need to do to progress faster, and then 80% is now that recovery. So managing your stress levels, getting a good night's sleep, and then also now giving your body the fuel that it needs, right? So maybe in the morning, coffee and a pastry or a cake probably isn't the best thing, to get yourself set up for the day. Over the years, I've been refining my nutrition plan, and yeah, I used to have a massive sweet tooth, but I cleaned it out throughout the years. And now with my food, one thing I really focus on is protein. And this is something I've actually noticed with my students and also speaking with other people, is that people really neglect their protein. They're not getting enough protein. So you need to make sure you are getting your protein, because the stress you are placing on your body in terms of like the strength, in terms of your training, is creating a lot of damage in the body, right? In your muscles, taxing the nervous system, and it needs protein, for it to recover. So a lot of the times, actually, your training is actually fine, but it's your recovery mechanics that are not aiding you for your training. So really make sure that every single meal, I make sure every single meal I have some form of protein on my plate. So I have meat, fish, legumes, yogurt from time to time. It can be oats. Sometimes I have like some spirulina powder. Whatever it is, I make sure I get my protein in that meal, because I need the protein for my body to recover. And also note that your body does not care about packing on muscle. It does not care about being able to do a pull-up or a front lever. These are things that we want to do, but in terms of our survival, your body does not care about. So it is the very last thing that your body is going to bring attention to. So that's why you need to now, when you are training, you need to make sure you're also consuming a lot more protein for your recovery. And then it's not just protein, making sure you're staying hydrated. So I drink my lemonade or coconut water to make sure that I'm staying hydrated and I'm getting the electrolytes that I need to stay sharp and to help my body recover. Making sure I'm getting my fats, healthy fats, avocado, nuts, things like that. And then making sure I'm getting my fiber, bowl of salad and all that kind of stuff. And then making sure I'm getting my probiotics along with everything else that is going to help me recover. Because the name of the game is really recovery. You know, this is the thing that actually us regular Joes don't normally do, but we focus more on the training. Whereas, for example, athletes, yes, you see them doing these crazy superhuman performance level things, but they actually spend so much work on the recovery, you know, and we don't see that, but they spend so much time on the recovery, warming up, cooling down before the performance, you know, managing the stress levels, getting good night's sleep, getting nutrition. And if you listen to some of the elites, you know, of whatever sport, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, he talks a lot about recovery, about sleep, about nutrition, about all this kind of stuff, right? And these are the things that helped him to achieve all he's achieved in his career. Now, point number 4 is staying away from things that do not help me with my recovery. So staying away from sugar, processed foods, staying away from drugs, staying away from alcohol, staying away from excessive amounts of coffee, staying away from excessive screen time that also can drain your energy. So these are things that I've cut out over the years to make sure that my mind stays sharp, to make sure that my body stays sharp, and then I can focus on my training and I can focus on making more progress. Yeah, so once again, like the training is like 20% of the things that you want to do to reach whatever goal you want. Like I said, people want to progress faster, and training is 20%, and the 80% is all the things you can do to now make sure your body is operating optimally, recovering, you know, getting stronger, so that you can do more volume, you can increase more intensity. So I stay away from all these stuff. The 5th thing is going to be fasting. And I've been fasting for a long time. Like actually the first time I did my fast, I was like 16 years old. And it was honestly so tough. I honestly felt like I was dying or something, but I wasn't. I was fine. And then I did it kind of on and off throughout the years. And then I'll say now probably the last maybe 8 years or so, I've been doing it a lot more consistently with the intermittent fasting. So having like a window where I eat throughout the day and then having a window where I don't eat. So yeah, 16, 18, 20, 24 hours, it all depends on what I want to do that day or that week. And then also now doing prolonged fasting where I do like 2 days or like 3 days of fasting. And I'm doing this in my journey because it's helped me clear out toxins throughout the body, helping me to become more sharper in my mind and helping my body to recover. As now, like, yeah, for that period, my body doesn't have to spend so much energy on eating and consuming the food. You know, when you think about it, you know, yeah, like eating 2-3 hours, 2-3 hour intervals throughout the day for years, you know, like, why? You know, why do that, right? Why not have like some periods of time when you actually abstain from eating and then see what you can learn from that. When you actually go through the process, whether it's, 16 hours, 24 hours, 72 hours, or this year, I would actually like to do 120 hours, 5 days. That's a goal I set for myself. And we'll see if I can get it, but it's gonna be a struggle. But it's gonna be a good struggle, you know, a struggle that you grow and develop from. As I said at the start of the video, guys, these are just some things that I've done in my own personal journey to help me in my calisthenics training, but then also to help me in life as well, right? So having a clear mind, having a healthy body, and being able to do the things that I want to do. So once again, just sharing my journey. Take from it whatever you want, maybe nothing, that's fine, it's advice. or it's just information that you can do with it what you want. So yeah, guys, this concludes the end of our 11-part series, focusing on how to improve your pull-ups, getting your first pull-up, and then advancing to 10, 20, 30 plus pull-ups. So hopefully you guys gained a lot of value from this. And if you haven't seen the other videos, actually go into my YouTube channel and check out the playlist Pull-Up Pro Tips, and then you can see 11 episodes to bring your pull-up journey and your calisthenics journey to the next level.